Hello. I just looked at my teeth. I just had pizza. Welcome to Neat and Not by the Sea. Today is the 19th of October. It is a Wednesday and we're coming to you from Port Chalmers in New Zealand. My name is Catherine and this is...
I'm Victoria and it's Tuesday. You're a day ahead.
Tuesday.
I wish it was Wednesday.
I don't believe in perfection. Yeah.
No, but just for, and we're in 2001 too. This is for
2021 in fact.
What did I say? 2001.
Yes. Hello.
We're on form tonight.
This is the profession. Flosstube. Funny. Okay, so it's been a fortnight.
It has been a fortnight. It's been a
What have
busy
you been
fortnight.
up to?
Well, the first weekend you and I were together, we ended up going on a... Was it impromptu or did we know we were going to do it?
No, we
last
knew.
time?
We mentioned it here.
Okay, well, we went away for a weekend, 2 nights.
Yes.
It was great, up to Catherine's new place. We went
Yes.
for a nice long walk and
Yes.
did a bit of sewing and a lot of chatting and Catherine did some
of
tiling.
chatting, yeah. What did I do? I did tiling.
You did tiling?
I did my curtain with my weepy list.
Yeah.
And I did some painting after you left.
Oh, good job. And
Yeah.
we removed a little bit of tape from the windows.
Yes. And you did quite a bit of stitching.
I did do quite a bit of stitching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could focus. I had
You had
chores.
things to do, yeah. And
yeah.
but you did spend some time doing your curtain and
Yeah, it was lovely. It was hand sewing.
It was
You know,
great.
I was happy.
poor old Catherine didn't get to sleep because apparently I snore.
Very loudly.
Yeah. The second weekend I ended up going away with my family and my niece and nephew now call me Snory Tory.
Yes, it's not subtle. It's
No.
not like you would be like, is that snoring on? Oh no, it's definitely
It's definitely snoring,
Yeah.
right.
But on the plus side, I have decided to be kinder to Martin.
You're welcome, Martin.
Because he snores. And I scratch his head
Yeah.
like 50 billion times. Because he goes to sleep between 9 and 10, he goes to sleep. He can't stay up late. And I'm in bed, but I go to sleep at midnight, usually. I should go to sleep by 11. So at some point he'll start and I'm like, oh. So I scratch his head because that counts as loving. I used to kick him.
No, I never used to snore. It used to be my mum that was the snorer. And quite often if we go away on family holidays, I'll share a room with my mum.
Okay.
And I used to just say, roll over, mum. And she'd roll over and stop. You should have just told me to roll over.
No. No, but yeah, it was just, you know, I think most people snore at one point in their lives.
Yeah.
So that I was warm enough though.
That was good.
So that was good.
Yeah.
Why else did I wake up early? I woke up early.
We didn't have any curtains.
There are no curtains.
Which wasn't an issue because it's fairly proper.
It's quite nice to wake up with the
light.
light. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't 4 a.m, so that was good. And we did well because, oh yes, so I have an induction cooker and my pan didn't work. So I need to buy some new pans for the cooker.
We ended up eating out. It was great.
Yeah, we ate out, which was lovely. But also after you'd gone, I realised that I could have, the kettle does work on the induction thing, so I could have made cups of tea there.
Right.
But, you know, you don't drink tea, and I had a coffee out, so that was fine. But yeah, it was lovely. It was lovely to go away and use the house.
It was
Kind of almost finishedness.
Yeah,
Because we've been
it was
once
great.
before.
And it was the first time. Are we allowed to talk about the power?
Yeah.
So it was the first time that I'd been out there that the electricity was on because it is a solar powered house completely.
It's a little solar powered house, so that was nice.
Yeah.
And so the sitting area, it's got a sofa here, and it's got a pointing light.
Sorry, you can't see a couple of
You
wall
can't see-
lights
so
coming in
here
there.
and there, yeah,
Yep.
aimed at the 2 people sitting on the sofa, and the light is brilliant.
They were perfect, nice and bright.
good
and,
crafting light.
Yeah.
So that boded well.
and a good location too. It came.
Yeah, I planned it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You did
so yeah, that
excellent.
was really good.
Excellent.
Although, again, you know, you go away, you have a great time. You kind of need time off to recover.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was so tired.
Yeah. That's because I snored.
Yeah, that's because she snored.
Oh.
I don't know if I snore actually because I don't know. Did I snore?
I don't know. I was asleep. I was naked.
I don't know. I'll
slept.
have to ask Martin because Sometimes I snore like Star. He said that to me before. You're like
Yeah, like little snuffles.
little snuffly, like very elegant.
Aw.
But it's been if I've got sinus issues and a cold and stuff.
Yeah.
So anyway, fun and games. This is why you're here, isn't it? Snoring.
So that was our first weekend.
Yes.
Second weekend, I went down to the Catlins with my family for 4 days. I went down on Thursday. I took no video because I completely forgot. There's no cell phone reception down there, so I just sort of parked my phone and didn't touch it for 4 days.
So the Catlins is in the south of Otago, which is
Yes.
our province, and it's a beautiful part of the country.
Yeah.
So remember when I was saying that someone had recommended this forest up near Christchurch, and we'd driven for 4.5 hours to get to it, and then I said, I mean, we've got the Catlins, and it's just way more beautiful, and it's like 2 hours away.
It's an hour and a half.
An hour and a half,
It's
yeah.
such a good location to go away for a couple of days. You just head down after work.
Yeah, it is beautiful,
So
and
it's
actually
great.
4 days is good.
4 days was brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gives you time to kind of drop your shoulders over the
Yeah.
first day,
Yeah.
and then you still relax and do things.
Yeah. Usually the weather down there is really wild, so you go, I always go prepared with sewing and warm clothes, and you light the fire and you curl up and you just have a lovely wee time. Weather was amazing. It was so sunny, so we ended up being on the beach a lot, and
Sunny and warm?
sunny and warm, like we were in the water.
Wow.
It's only October.
So where did you go?
We go to a little is it an estuary called Surat Bay.
Yes.
So it's about, if you know the area, it's about 5 minutes from Oweka.
Did you find that place that I've recommended? I sort of mentioned / recommend. You know,
Oh.
where the person would do the mechanical tours.
Oh no, because you
And-
mentioned it ages ago, and I had.
And Martin said it was near Papatoai.
We didn't.
No?
We didn't leave. We only went to Oweka to go to the Four Square, and that's when I texted you. To buy cream cheese so I can make a cheese ball.
You're super fancy.
Uh,
It's only been in the last maybe 3 years that I've tried a cheese ball.
oh.
I think my New Zealand education is lacking. There's still things
Did
to
you
learn.
like it? I make a great cheese ball, so no, she
I
didn't.
think I
but-
can't. I just can't get past what it is. It's like it's not cuisine, is it?
Oh, it's great. So if you don't know, it's cream cheese, grated cheese, curry powder, a fruit chutney. Stir it all together, set it in the fridge for a bit, and then you're supposed to roll it into a ball and cover it with walnuts. But that's just a step too far for me, so I just crush the walnuts up in it and stir it in, and then we just eat it out of a bowl.
I do like the other thing, dip.
Dip.
Onion dip.
Onion or cheese, yeah.
What's it called?
Where you use the like the Meiji onion soup and the.
But it's called onion dip.
Yeah.
Is it called onion dip? You're hesitating.
Yeah, it is. We just call it chips and dip. Yeah. What do you put reduced cream in it or something?
I've
The tin
never
of
made-
something.
I've never made
Oh,
this.
have you
I've-
never?
No, Victoria.
I'll make it for you next time you come.
No, thank you. My theory is that before Maggie or Maggie, whatever you say in New Zealand,
Meiji, yeah.
okay, before them, people actually used to chop onions and put them in,
Yeah.
which sits much nicer with my way of living my life. But it is delicious.
It is good.
It's a little bit like the asparagus rolls that when someone told me what it was, I was like,
My grandmother makes the best asparagus
and
rolls.
then when I had it, I was like, oh my god, this is so delicious. Tinned asparagus.
And the thing is, asparagus rolls is, where I come from, is considered really fancy.
It's all relative, isn't it?
For those of you who don't know, asparagus rolls is where you have white bread, you cover it with
White bread.
a lovely layer of cream cheese, you get a tinned asparagus, and you take one.
Tinned asparagus. That was
Tinned,
that was
yeah, tinned.
white bread and tinned asparagus. So fancy, she said.
And you take one, what do you call a
A
piece?
spear.
One spear of asparagus, and you've got cut the crusts off two ends of the bread.
Hence fancy.
Cut the crusts off, and then you roll it up, and it's delicious. Oh my gosh, I haven't had asparagus rolls in years.
I had it for the first time when I first came to New Zealand, and a friend and I started a reading group, my first reading
Yeah.
group in New Zealand, and someone, you know how there's this one-upmanship? You go to someone's house and it's like, first it's like short-bought biscuits, and
Yeah.
the next house is like homemade biscuits, and the next person, it was asparagus rolls, and
And then it's a cake, and then all of a sudden you're spending $100 a craft or a book club night on
well,
food.
no, you're not.
Well, I do
But-
because I don't bake, so I have to buy all the ingredients.
Oh yeah, no. So, no, it wasn't like that. But you definitely felt like, oh no, I have to bake because
Yeah.
people have been baking. Anyway, So then I became like really impolite and AOL.
Good job. Good job.
So anyways, my lovely little anecdote of my introduction to
Yeah.
asparagus rolls, which I'm quite partial to.
Yeah, they're very popular for sort of like potluck finger sandwiches,
yeah.
seared
Well,
morning
tell
and
you-
afternoon teas rather than dinners and lunch.
Another thing that I'm impressed with in New Zealand, which I don't recall from the UK, but maybe, is those pretty sandwiches like our pinwheels. That
Love a good finger sandwich. Yeah.
because I am partial to a wholemeal cucumber sandwich.
Yeah.
I'm partial to that, but the little rolly thing, it's very cute.
Look at the trick we've gone to.
And we forgot to say kia ora.
Oh yeah, kia ora.
Welcome to our podcast.
In Aotearoa.
In Aotearoa. And thank you. We had a couple of lovely messages from people saying, go you.
Yeah.
So that was great.
So what have you been doing in your weekend that I wasn't around for?
I had a very, very exhausting weekend, of course, because my personality. I
need
don't
to
seem to be able
prioritise
to
your
rest.
rest.
Yeah, I don't really rest. And then I'm just exhausted. So Monday I was exhausted. Friday, what did I do on Friday? Something happened on Friday that was intense. And then on Saturday I did one thing that was intense. And then on Sunday I did one thing that was intense. And then on Monday I was just kind of weeping in a corner.
Well, I hope you can have a day off work when you can just rest.
That was Monday. The university gifted us a day.
Did you get a day?
Yes, we got a day off because COVID.
Oh.
To thank us for our coping and our supporting the university during all of this.
Yeah.
But anyway, on Sunday we did a cute thing.
What did you do?
We invited our neighbours. Also on Saturday I went out for a meal with friends in Mosgiel.
Lovely.
They were lovely, yes. There was fun and games there. Not literal games, I don't really want to play games. But it was fun. Sidetrack. Oh my god, the gardens in Mosgiel.
They're gorgeous.
It's quite a high level of retirement sort of people in that area in Mosgiel.
So very manicured. And
Oh my lord! Some are just like people that are working full time. Nobody's gardening, but some houses. Oh my goodness, it was just beautiful. So that was Saturday.
nice.
Sunday was we invited the new neighbours from the housey round for.
So
a
this
cup
is
of
your new
tea.
housey?
Yeah.
Lovely. And getting to know you, and then they can all have a thorough snoop.
Yes, we had a thorough snoop. They hadn't met each other, which I knew would be the case because everybody walks around saying, "You don't know the neighbours these days, do you?" But then nobody does anything about it. So I thought I'm going to do something about it, and then I'll regret it because I'm actually not that sociable.
But now you know them well enough that you can say hello when you're walking the dog.
That's
or
right.
you can,
That's right.
you know, borrow half a cup of sugar or half a tin of tomato sauce, which used to be the one that we used to have to borrow a lot.
I gave my favourite new neighbour a sneaky hug.
Oh, nice.
It was very cute. Anyway, they were super lovely. All of them were lovely in different ways. I was a bit gutted because one of the neighbours that I thought I would get on with, just, you know how sometimes you meet someone and you're like, I'll get on with you? They've moved into town because they didn't like the commute.
Aww.
So obviously they did not wait for me. She didn't feel the same. But that was really lovely. But we were exhausted. I was talking for 2 hours.
I bet you were.
Oh, and I can't remember what happened on Friday. It was a day off as well.
Did you have
On
your meeting with
Friday.
the
Martin had a...
sleep out man?
Yes, I met the sleep out man. Yes.
Oh, I don't know if you want to talk about that, but...
You know, we're having 2 cabins built on the property for my girls to have their bedrooms. So we met that new builder that's going to do that. So that was really good. So yeah, I've just come...
It's been full on.
I think it's just... Yeah, I'm just a bit tired.
And we're
just
going up to the
knackered.
crazy season, which is, seems to never end.
For some people, not for me. Yeah, because we've made plans already for December. We're going to Stewart Island.
Oh, you are too. Brilliant.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was it.
We'll have to sort out what the dates are and when we can do Flosstube. There might be a Christmas break.
Yes. Also, you forgot to mention that.
Oh, yeah, my house is getting painted, which I think I talked about last time. The scaffolding's up.
Not by you.
Yeah, it's been painted, not by me. But then it's been raining the whole time. So I think I've had the scaffolding up for 1.5 weeks. And I think they've been here one day.
They must have been here on the Friday as well.
They were here on the Friday. Were they here on the Thursday when you saw them?
Yes.
Oh, brilliant. They've been here for 2 days then.
Yes. So it's just sanding down and
Yeah.
scraping, isn't
They're
it?
just prepping and they're doing... I'm looking at it and thinking, thank heavens that I didn't do that because I was not doing that level of prep.
I think that's the problem because slapping paint on seems like totally doable. We can all do that, but we're not doing the prep.
Oh, no, we're not doing it properly, that's for sure.
Yeah, yeah. So exciting.
So that's exciting. My cats are loving the scaffolding. They use it as their own personal jungle gym.
Oh, well, there'll be expectations after.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great. Okay,
Let's
so
start
let's
because,
so,
quarter of an hour in.
Yes. What finished objects do you have?
I do have an FO.
Oh, shall I say inappropriate stuff?
Yeah, go
I
for
always
it.
say inappropriate stuff. So another thing that I did is I went for a scan. I went for a ladies scan. So, if you need to go for a ladies scan, go for a ladies scan. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for my mammogram appointment to come through. That was a different ladies scan, so I went for that. So that was fun.
Oh, God, you've been poked and prodded and...
Yeah, I mean, I do like a medical treatment, I have to say. But yeah, I rocked up at work. Because you are allowed to take time off for medical appointments, so I went to that.
Excellent.
But then when I arrived at work, I was like, I need a treat.
Was it after your treatment?
Yes, it was just a scan, so I went and I had a coffee.
Nice.
So yes.
Just routine too, by the way, isn't it?
No, I just went to see the doctor and I said, because it could just be the perimenopause, having fun with me. But I think, so not to be too serious here, when women, like there's this statistic backed, lots of things get missed because it gets lumped into, you're going through the menopause, so it could be anything.
Yeah.
And it might not be. Get things checked out. And we have
Absolutely.
private health insurance, so I'm like,
nice.
I'm not going to have to wait.
Yeah.
So literally, it was like, I got whiplash, it was so fast. I went to
Brilliant.
see the doctor on the Monday and I was getting scanned on the Thursday.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And
So
that's
that was
not
a
because
treat.
they were particularly concerned, it was just a case of good medical care.
It was someone cancelled. Otherwise, I probably would have had to wait a fortnight.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And
I was just saying it to reassure our viewers that there's not...
I'm hoping it's nothing serious. I'm
Yeah.
just getting
We'll
scanned.
keep you posted.
Yes. So yeah, anyway, go and get your scans done if you get called up.
Yeah. Get your vaccine.
If you can, get your vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Let's
on
get
to
on
the real content.
I have an FO. So,
Drum roll.
So this is Rosewood Manor by With Thy Sampler and Thread, and you may recall that I was working on the pincushion. And it's finished.
Oh, are you gonna?
I'm going to use this as the back, because sometimes I think that the ring light makes it through. Now, it hasn't... it's actually much clearer.
You can see the basket, and it is very clear in
real life. I think it's just the lighting.
Oh, can I tell the funny bit about our different personalities?
Go for it. I don't even know if I remember this conversation.
Yeah. Okay, so...
Oh, that's right.
Victoria's embroidering at my house, and we're having a jolly good time, and then she's like, oh, I've made a mistake, I'm going to have to unpick it. So she unpicks, and then when she's gone back and redone it, I'm like, oh, which bit? And literally, literally, it's one of these random things that doesn't matter. You can't even see it. It's like a white little thing. It doesn't matter where it is.
It's in the right place now.
In case you were concerned, you can be assured it is perfect.
So that's my vote, and I'm going to turn it into a pincushion. I think that might be my task for this weekend, because we have a long weekend this weekend.
Oh, life is good.
Life is great. There we are. You can sort of... Anyway, it's pretty cool. I think I'm going to do the main cross stitch on a darker fabric, so it's more contrasty.
I do have to say, it upsets me greatly that this is so central and you have so much wasted fabric around it. It hurts my little heart. My cheap little heart is a bit upset. What would Nithya say? She'd be like, you wasted 2 inches.
Oh, I think it was, admittedly, that's a leftover piece from a project.
I actually think it would be lovely as a little cushion.
Oh, it'd be cute. I was going to do a round pincushion.
I know
the
you
instructions say to.
Yeah, but I think it would be so cute.
It would be cute as a wee cushion.
Very pretty.
Yeah.
Very pretty. She was like a machine. I was like, I'm gonna have an FO!
I'm going to have an FO. But I only have one. I was hoping I might have 2 for today, but I don't. I've only got 1.
Yeah, because life.
Because life, yeah.
Oh my god, you have a cross stitch adjacent FO.
I do have a cross stitch adjacent FO. But shall we keep that until the end? Because I never have other crafts.
Yes. Also, can I just say, I have had, was it 2 people or 1? Well, at least 1 person has gone on to make a roll.
Don't give it away. Spoiler alert.
Why?
Because
This is for our Australian viewers that love it when I'm just about to swear. You're welcome.
We'll have conversations about that
Sorry.
later.
Sorry. You did not. They didn't understand my accent. That's fine.
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay, I have no FOs.
Okay. Do you have any whips?
If this counts. So, whips. Just so that I can say something. I am Is this even there? Okay.
Oh, yes, you have to. I forgot you did something.
Yeah, so I started this, but this is what happened, Victoria. So this is my bit that I sang. Thank you so much for your lovely comments. It's funny. So this is one word, see. This is another word, te. And this is another word. The reason I have not continued is because I said to my friend during our weekend away, she doesn't know this. She does not know what she's done. So I was like, oh, I don't know the placement. I don't know if I'm doing it right, because sometimes you think it's going to be like 2 spaces is enough, but it doesn't work out. Like one time 2 spaces is good, and one time 2 spaces is not enough. So you have to always kind of try and figure it out. And so she said, oh no, it looks fine. So this is one word, isn't it?
It took me a minute to work out that I was the friend in that scenario.
Yes. So my little crushed heart was like, I'm gonna have to undo it.
No, you
and
don't.
And you know how much I love undoing. So the whole week I've been thinking, I'm gonna have to effing undo this.
Don't undo it.
I'm gonna have to undo it because you're right. It looks like one word, and that's just annoying.
Oh, I feel really bad.
You should.
Oh.
So this is what's gonna happen. The reason I have not done it is because I think what I need to do.
Is chart it?
Not happy about it. Is chart it.
Would you like me to chart it for you?
No.
Okay, excellent. Because I don't really want to, but I feel
am
I should offer some
competitive and independent once I'm outside my house. If Martin could chart, I'd be like, darling. No, I'm just gonna do it because I do want it to look beautiful. But honestly, when you said that, I was like, drat.
Aww.
It's good. It's good to have an honest opinion.
Well, at least you're only 6 letters in.
That's right.
As opposed to, the whole line.
I would not be asking you if this was like 5 words in. I mean, you know how sometimes you ask a question but you know the answer?
Yeah.
It was one of those.
Aw.
It was like, I know I need to undo this. I just don't want to.
I think also because SITE is a
Sight.
Sight. It's a word that I recognise because it's obviously in Spanish.
Yes.
So it could also be that I'm drawing. Oh gosh.
Whatever the case, I need to chart this.
Yes, and that would be good because then you can work out how much you have to have on the second line.
Yes, but I quite want it to look wonky. I'm looking forward to making it look wonky. But in an intentional way, not in a like, oh, Catherine.
Shit. Yeah.
See how I was avoiding the swear word?
Oh, I just go for it. I'm tired. I'm not.
Our Australian friends will be delighted. I'm doing this. Oh, yes, so I'm doing the Soul Craft Festival.
Oh, yes. How's that going?
Oh, well, I was exhausted because I've been having such a good time. Like doing lots of chatting and like Instagramming with a couple of people, watching lots of videos but focusing. And then presentations and stuff. And then I realised, oh, yes, I am an introvert. I need a lot of quiet time. So I crashed a little bit. But what's delighting me is that the presenter, who's lovely, Felicia, she is Australian. And she just comes out with her F's and her blinds and her shits. And I'm thinking, some of the viewers are thinking, ooh. I'm thinking it's great. Because we all talk like that in private, right?
Private, public, in front of my boss's children. Yeah,
Oh,
all of those.
Anyway, amusing. So that's it, I'm a failure.
Is that you only got the one?
Yeah.
Oh well, I've got another 3, 4. It's some.
I've done that thing where I've just been stressed, so I've been knitting because that's
that's your
I've been knitting and quilting, but I didn't want to lug it.
Yeah. Plus, you've been watching a lot of the Soulcraft stuff. Like you said, you've been concentrating on that. So we all know Miss Bingley's Library by Plum Street Sampler.
Lovely.
I have managed to do.
Oh.
Not all of it,
Look
but
at
I
that.
have got maybe 2/3 of the roof done.
Is this prompts to Kim? Hi, Kim.
Have you not finished this one, Kim?
No, she put it in the naughty corner. Ooh. Yeah, but I think she might be thinking of coming back to it.
Excellent. She'll come back to it. I'm really enjoying this one. So that's that one.
Very beautiful.
Looking
It's funny,
cute.
it's amazing how a different colour scheme,
It does. It changes the.
it just changes the tone.
Not necessarily for better or worse.
No, but
just
this looks like an English novel.
yeah.
It totally does, doesn't it?
But I love your flag.
Yeah.
I have done another little bit more of Merrily Merrily We Welcome Spring
That is
by
very
Blackbird
beautiful.
Designs. This one is a lovely wee one, but
You say wee, it's really funny, isn't it? Because this looks enormous.
oh, I say we because I'm doing it 1/1.
And also it's very cute to say wee. I love that about New Zealand. Well, it's Otago, Southland, isn't it? It's not really, they don't say we in the north. They don't, I don't
Is
know.
it not an international thing where people say we when they mean little?
Bless you. It's only places with strong Scottish influences.
Excellent.
So I don't even think they say it in the North Island because Sophia was teased initially when she went to Union. Well,
Really?
They teased in a nice way.
Yeah, yeah. So all I've done is a little bit more of the alphabet. I think I was up to, I think I've only done about that much. But I've been working on
Very
that blue
beautiful.
one.
You
Just
know
a little
how-
bit.
you
Just
know
a
how-
wee bit.
Yeah. You know how you're really nice? I wonder if I said to you with a straight face like, oh, Victoria, I really love that. I would love it if you made me that. If you actually would, because you would feel bad.
Probably would.
I think I might have to do that 'cause I love it.
Oh.
And I'm never going to have the patience for that. So that was that one.
That was Merrily Merrily We
But
Welcome
it's
Spring.
not going to be, so it is wee. This looks like it's going to be, I don't know, like a massive square. It isn't.
I've
you're
seen-
doing,
I'm doing 1/1
1/1, 'cause,
on
you know.
28 count, but I have. Oh, shit, I'm dropping my
see, I reckon the 1
I'm
over
not sure,
1
but
cancels
1/1.
out the 28 count.
Yes, that's why.
So
Yes.
it's still little.
It's still little. Still wee.
It's still wee. It's good for real estate.
Yes.
You don't have to have a big frame.
Yep.
If your house is full, you can still manage.
Yep. Just I like doing it in daylight with 1/1.
Oh yeah, show us your expensive pattern.
I was driving back from Owaka with not Owaka, from Catlin's with Mum. She was saying, oh, I haven't caught up on your Catherine and yours Flosstubes the last two. I'm like, oh well, Mum, when I get to the bit and I talk about how much I paid for a certain pattern, can you just fast forward over that? Because what I told you was divided by 2 minus 10%. So this is a peacock, a unicorn, and a badger, or a badger.
I want to have a look at it.
And unfortunately, I haven't got quite as much of this done as I wanted to, but I have made progress. So I wanted to have the badger done. Where are we? But I've just got some of the tree and the badger hole outlined.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yep.
Huh. Very good.
So it's coming along. It's a nice wee stitch, that one.
I think this might be my favourite all the things that you're doing.
This
because
is
it's
mine.
got that vibe.
Yep,
It's got that.
looks. I know it's
William
not.
Morrissey as well. It's
Yep.
got a William Morrissey vibe.
It does indeed. And the last one I'm working on, I can't show you the pattern because there is not a picture, but it is the
You can show that bit.
Barbara Anna Designs
Mystery
stitch
stitch
along. I'm just covering up the flosses.
Oh, they're cute. They're cute.
And so I think last time I showed you I hadn't quite finished step 2, which is down here, so that's all done. And the third and final step was released last Friday, but I of course was away, so I only downloaded it on Sunday, and then I didn't do anything. But I have started there. That's actually a witch's hat. And it's super cute. I'm so pleased with it, and I love the final design that she's come up with.
Great. I actually think you are a S.A.L person.
I really am. And I like a short S.A.L. I don't know if how I'd go with a long S.A.L. Oh, and thank you to, I think it was Diane or Diana, who pointed out that, or noticed that I used like cellophane tape to tie my edges. And
Sellotape.
it was just sellotape. And she said that according to Deb and Liz from Country Stitcher, medical tape works really well. So I'm going to give that a go.
Oh, like bandage tape.
I think so.
Ah.
Like not the thick brown stuff, but the clear papery type tape.
Yeah.
The stuff that I'm allergic to, so every time I have a blood test,
You have to tell them. You have to tell them there's a sign that says, let us know if you're allergic to blah blah.
oh, well, it doesn't do anything, just come out red and welty. And then I rip it off and I bruise because I'm a delicate flower.
Yes.
So that's that, and those are my whips that I have been working on.
There's a cute little witch on top of the witch's hat. That is very cute. Oh, and here.
Yeah,
I love little
two
things.
there. Those, I've stitched those. Catherine's talking about the 2 little witches above the oct and the witch up here by the
Above
cauldron.
the what?
The October.
Oh. I was saying, what's an oct?
And do you have any I'm not a shopper but?
Oh my god. So she must be a good sort because she's called Barbara Anna with one N.
Yes.
And her surname is Mendes.
Oh, nice.
So that's Spanish, isn't it?
It is Spanish.
Yes.
But I have a feeling
She might be
that
Portuguese.
I think I'm probably very wrong here, but I buy her patterns through. I have a feeling she lives in France or she's French.
That would work because the north of Spain sort of it could be Basque.
Yeah. Oh well, forgive me if I'm wrong, and I probably am. I'm only basing this
nothing.
on the fact that I buy her patterns through
Creative Poppy,
which I believe is a French.
Rue de Stockholm.
Paris, France.
That was my attempt at French.
Oh, are you ringing?
Oh.
Okay, Catherine's taking a phone call. We're just going to pause. And we're back and filming. Yay!
Hello.
So, after a short interval.
So this is a good time to tell Kim from Cataloguing My Stitches. So what we've done, we stopped the first video.
Yep.
We've started a new video. Then we're going to import both into iMovies.
Because we film
and
on an
sew
iPhone.
them together. And it's like so easy. I know she filmed a third time. Because she knows she's got this. She knows she's quite technical. She knows, but she hadn't done it. So, Kim, if you need a hand, ask Victoria. She'll have the lingo to explain. But we can totally help if you want.
No,
help.
super easy. And if you need to, we can FaceTime and I'll do it on my iPad and I can show you on my phone how I do it.
Yeah,
not a problem.
but it's not hard because I was shown how to do it. And it's super easy.
Yeah, it's.
Anyway, that was my baby on the electric telephone. So of course I don't have that.
I don't even know. Is that an electric?
No, it isn't. It's just me being ridiculous. So that was my baby calling.
Oh. And I was about to show you my shopping.
Are we moving on to shopping?
Well, I finished cross stitch.
So you finished. Okay, so rules. I can't remember how we do it.
No, because we do it differently every time.
Do we? Okay. All right, then show us. Okay. What's it called? Craft pantry.
I'm not a shopper, but
Literally.
just a wee purchase. So my family think I'm insane, but I bought 4 pairs of scissors, and they are called Embroidery Angels. And there's a pink one.
I was gonna say fairies.
And a yellow one, and a blue one, and a green one, and they're super cute, and they were cheap.
We were talking about.
And now there are these flamingo scissors that I want now.
We are the yin and yang of Flosstube. It is funny because in my festival I started a thread on sustainability. And so people have been like pitching in opinions about various things. How can we live our lives better and blah blah blah. And I was going to say, well, in my Flosstube, there I am with my recycled cloth, making my cross stitch out of my knickers. Victoria just goes shopping.
It came in the mail, so it was like getting a present.
Nice.
But
and have you got enough now? Because you were talking about, you had a set number that you wanted.
Well, I wanted one for every cross stitch I was doing, but now I'm storing my cross stitches differently. Oh, there's another spoiler. I probably only need 1 pair of scissors. And I've got like 12. But I'll make a pretty display of them in my craft room.
And that you will change as well. You will be like, oh, I've now decided.
Yes. Yes.
Especially, actually, with your craft room being kind of done and stuff.
I have to give you a tour when it's finished. It's not finished yet because I'm slack.
And no doubt your niece will want one.
Well, I already had. So it came as a set of 4, and I already had the pink ones from like a year or 2 ago. So I gave her my old pink ones. Because she did want them. She wanted the green one, and I said, no, I've got 2 of the pink ones. You can have a pair of pink
fair
one.
enough. Great. Cool.
Oh, right.
And
I think
I have shopping. I have a craft pantry.
Oh, and you miss Sustainable You.
It's a book.
Books are trees.
I get to be superior.
Wow.
Okay, so...
What do you vote for? The awesome fairy scissors? Ooh. Or a book?
Actually, it was really funny.
I'd go for the book.
I was speaking to my friend Donna here, and I was like, look what I got. I'd posted it on InstaWebs already. And I was like, I've been loving this book so much. It's just like a thing of beauty. And I'm just so enjoying it, and I'm getting so much joy and happiness and just all lovely things from this book. And I said, I think I want to change my mind about my shopping pause that I'm having. But yeah, this
It looks
is
brilliant.
called True Colours. And so the writer, Keith Recker, has gone and spoken to people that worldwide are doing interesting, significant things. So for example, the lady on the front here, they're a family in Oaxaca, Mexico. And they've kind of restarted the tradition. They've made sure that the tradition of dyeing with natural materials isn't lost. And they're weavers. And this, I don't know if it's the son or the husband, he's a weaver, but he's also kind of sort of taking the traditional and going off at a wee tangent. It's like, this ain't not traditional.
That's gorgeous.
It is so beautiful. So,
is that quilted together out of different colours, or is he
weaving,
dyed?
weaving.
Weaving. I missed
Quilted.
that bit. I wasn't
Oh, Lord.
listening.
No, she was not listening. She was looking at her scissors.
I was.
So this is a rug designed and woven by Porfirio Gutierrez, based on his exploration of traditional woven palm mats called petates. So petates also exist in Peru, in the northern dry part of the country.
What are
So
they?
they're like, so the nearest thing that you would recognize would be in Japan. People sleep on tatami mats.
Yes.
So same idea.
Awesome.
So he's obviously taking inspiration from another area of the Zapotec culture.
It's gorgeous.
Zapotec are a group of an indigenous group of Mexico. I mean, what's not to completely be in love with?
I'm loving the quality of these books you're buying. Beautiful full colour pages.
I mean, these are
glossy.
this is a coffee table book, but I was being cheeky and silly. I was saying, I want her to be my mother-in-law. Wouldn't it be just lovely to be in the bosom of a family that was makers? I'm sure lots of people have that experience. I don't have a mother-in-law, so that's a little bit sad. She was a knitter before she passed away.
Nice.
And a smoker. That's not the best combo. But wouldn't it be lovely?
Would be nice.
In my head, with your mother-in-law, they teach you everything they know. Which kind of means I'm not a great mother-in-law. Drat.
I wasn't going to say.
I did teach Asma to knit.
Brilliant.
I
And
did
you're an
teach her to
excellent
knit.
mother-in-law.
And I don't like... I just don't like being with people too much. I get tired.
It's a yes.
I don't have... Like, I'm not ill, but I have very finite energy. I don't have energy to be around people a lot.
Oh, it's a gorgeous book. Look at the... You're going to show
Look at the purple.
purples?
So this comes from
Purples are
a
gorgeous.
snail, this particular snail off the coast of Oaxaca. I mean, things
What-
like this.
what-
Was
wait,
this
no, wait,
expensive?
what? Like the colour comes from boiling the...
No. You don't boil the snail. You squeeze the snail. They live on. They go to the sea. They price them off the rocks, and they squeeze them in a particular way. They squirt out the purple, and then they keep moving.
Wow.
Yeah,
I still think it would be traumatic for the snail.
I'm sure she doesn't love it. They don't love it.
But the purples are gorgeous. Look at the purples.
Amazing. And so how much did I pay for this? Oh, look, less than your pattern.
I feel that that's going to be the benchmark for all of us.
For all of them, forever and ever. No, I don't begrudge you. I think you're having the best time, and it's great. I'm very happy for you.
Do you want to say
I'm
how
just
much you
being
paid
funny.
for your book so that my mother...
Oh yes, I don't have to divide it by 2. I don't know how much it was because I bought it on the onlines.
Oh,
So it was $40 US.
you had the receipt in the front.
No, it was something else. This was from something that just arrived today. Did I
Something
bring
else she's bought. No.
I don't know. Oh yeah, I did bring it because I wanted to give a shout out to this company.
But of course she's not a shopper.
I am a craft pantryer.
I think it's a gorgeous
subliminal messages to the babies. So anyway, I'm entering the natural dyeing phase this summer because it's
yay.
it's a summer sport. So because of that, I just want to be inspired by amazing makers. Incidentally, if someone can recommend a good indigo book, if I'm just going to buy one indigo dyeing book, what would you recommend? Because someone recommended one and it was really the history of indigo, which I have read a little bit of, but it's not what I wanted. I wanted a little bit of history is nice, but
Are you afraid of how to?
how to. Just because I keep referring back to things and I like to have like instructional books. I like to do things properly. So I'm going to do a fermented vat. I tried to start at the weekend and I was missing one ingredient. So drat.
You say an indigo book. I'm assuming that indigo is the hardest colour to do, and that's why there are books dedicated to it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there are books dedicated to others as well, but indigo is a very different natural dye from all others.
Ah.
Yes. And it is a fermented dye. Oh, we haven't started with the ginger beers. What's wrong with us? So there is a company this is a shout out to a New Zealand company called Hands. And they will deliver online. And I think I ordered...
Oh, they're in Christchurch.
I ordered on Sunday and it arrived today.
Oh, brilliant.
So much so, I was surprised. I was like, who could this be? So I bought, for the indigo vat that I'm going to do, you need wheat bran, madder, your indigo, water. I think that was it. And I had madder root, but I didn't have it ground. And it's supposed to be ground madder. And I didn't want to mess around because I'm not experienced enough to go, oh, I'll just use the root, the whole root. So I was like, no, I've got to order it. So anyway, it came beautifully packaged, nice and safe. So I ordered some alum as well because I've been dyeing.
Huh?
Yeah, so alum you use, alum is a very safe mordant for a lot of natural dyes. And
that's what this white stuff is?
Yeah.
And what's a mordant?
It's what you put on the fabric basically to allow it to bite the colour into it. So it doesn't fade, it doesn't come off.
Nice. So it's like a fixer.
Yeah. So I only use alum and iron, and I want to trial some soy milk, which I haven't done before, which does it slightly differently. Because what I'm going to do is, instead of buying antique textiles for my curtains, I'm going to have them naturally dyed.
That's nice. And then
with my bed sheets. So it's all going to be secondhand bed sheets, naturally dyed. So anyway, always really good service. I've bought from them a few times before, and they've always been great. What was I saying? Oh yes, so I did. I'm also starting a piece of work that I'm going to embroider on. But Diana's keen to learn eco dyeing, which has never been my thing. But I thought, oh, that'd be nice. And so I've been saving my red bush leaves from my tea, and I've dyed a batch.
Oh, how did it come out?
It comes out as a very pale, sort of pinkish.
Oh, I did see you with that pot on Instagram.
Yes, that one. So I did text that because then we're going to put probably eucalyptus on it and stuff like that. So anyway, that's quite exciting.
Lovely. Now, I have a question about shopping, which you may be able to answer because I just remembered I wanted to talk about it.
Yeah.
But I think it was Zeb who recently had a large parcel arrive, and in it she had crushed walnut, and I think she was using it for her pincushions. And that wasn't something I have ever...
Oh, that's all over the internet.
Well, I'm just slow. We all know this.
That is what all the cool kids use for their pincushions.
Yeah. How does it work? Like, do you wrap it in something, or... Like, obviously it's in the pincushion, or is it just the core of the pincushion or the base of the pincushion?
I don't think... I only put one layer on my pincushions. I don't double layer it.
Oh.
But also, I was suppose it would depend on the grade of your crushed walnuts.
Yeah.
I actually don't see the need.
Well, it just looked like more shopping. So if you are a crushed walnut person, could you let me know how you do it? And what
do you get it in New Zealand easily?
Yeah.
Because I don't... could that come from abroad? They must sell it in New Zealand.
They must do.
Yeah.
I mean, I won't be ordering it from abroad if it's only available abroad currently, because it'll never arrive, or I don't have the patience.
Yes, and also then you get into that whole biosecurity.
Yeah. Oh, that's a true good point.
Yeah, that's my main point.
And I've got like a jar of walnuts in the kitchen. It's walnut shells though, isn't it?
And they've been crushed, so you would have to hammer them.
Yeah, I could do that.
I just use New Zealand wool.
Yeah, that'll do.
That makes me happy.
Yeah, I just thought it wasn't something that I had thought about or come across before, and so I was just like, oh, I wonder how that works.
See, it's interesting because I know in the past there was a sand that you would use, like, and I think it was just sand, because the little strawberries would have that in it, the pincushion strawberries, back in the day. And so when you put your pins in it, it helped keep them sharp. That was the idea. So I don't know. Nice. I see where you're going with this, though. You want to do some shopping. Yeah.
I've already got some more threads coming from
Do you?
Yeah, because
What have you bought?
well, there was one thread that I was missing for my Miss Bingley's library, that Stitch Witches didn't have, so I've ordered it from the embroiderer up in Mount Wellington, which apparently is in Christchurch, in Auckland.
And you don't let one thread travel alone?
No, so I bought some of the others on my list.
Great. Yes, I decided. So I got my order of Barrett Wool.
Excellent.
So it's Barrett Wool Co. That's the company, and I ordered 4 skeins of worsted weight yarn. I think I'm gonna stop buying from abroad for a wee while because it takes forever at the moment.
Yeah, understandably, but it's just.
I think there's big delays with the American postal service. Big delays.
Plus, there aren't the planes coming out here, so a lot of them are getting put on ships. So 12 weeks later, and they sit on ports for.
And I worry that they're gonna get stuck in their like central distribution area in Auckland, and then it's not fair to complain to the company and say it never arrived if it's taken blooming 8 months.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Oh, we have to just make do with what we can get here.
I mean, I've got plenty of materials. We're doing okay.
We're doing fine.
We're doing okay.
Yeah, I'm ready for another lockdown, I think.
Oh gosh, I hope we don't get another lockdown. It'll be so difficult for people.
Yeah, I hope we don't.
Oh yes. So how are you people in
in Auckland? We are feeling for you.
Yeah, you can go to parks now and you can have coffee, so that's really great. And the
beach.
vaccine drives have done really well, so that's really positive. Because of course we have to remember it's not just protecting people like you and I. We're also protecting people that even if they did have the vaccine, because they have compromised health systems, it probably wouldn't help them, or maybe the vaccine might be dangerous for them to have.
Yeah.
So if someone's having cancer treatment, they're immunocompromised.
Yeah.
So.
And we're protecting the kiddies too, because the kiddies are getting this one.
Yeah, they're getting this one, and they're not allowed the vaccine.
Not yet.
If you're 11 and under. So.
Yeah.
People have been. It's been really good. I think they've had good imagination trying to find different ways of attracting people.
Yeah.
I've seen lots of Māori and Pacifica, like, late teens, sort of on Instagram, talking about why they decided to go ahead and do it and that sort of thing. So that's really good. So yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Because life feels really normal to us.
Yeah, I mean, we wear
masks.
There are a few restrictions. We wear masks, and there are limited numbers of people in the shop, so you might have to queue to go to the supermarket, but it's only sort of 10 minutes at the most I've come across. So we're pretty relaxed.
Yeah, I haven't really been paying attention to how things are in the States, but I know the cases are high. The numbers are high in the UK, 40,000, around 40,000 per day, and statistically, some people will be getting ill.
Yeah, so we hope everyone's okay, and we hope everyone's loved ones are okay. And
so we don't want another lockdown, but keep getting vaccinated if you can.
Right, let's go to other projects.
Let's
lift the mood back up. That was a tangent.
Other projects. Okay,
yes.
So what have you been doing, Victoria?
Well, if you hadn't worked it out, I made a roll.
Woohoo!
Now, I made this roll from a cardboard roll that Catherine gave me.
Do you know, my memory is terrible. I don't remember that.
Oh, it was like 6 weeks ago.
Good
or
for
8 weeks ago. In my ends, I have some like 4mm foam board, which I had left over from some framing that I did. This is green bamboo fabric with a little bit of gold through it. Now, this was fabric that I had bought for a quilt,
It's taking me out.
probably at least 10, 12 years ago, and the quilt never really got made. So it was the largest piece
deep stash. That's what they call deep
stash. So I would have liked it to be a little bit longer, but I was working with what I had.
Very
and
good.
I didn't go buy anything.
Very good.
I got the ribbon from my ribbon stash, which usually just means that if someone gives me a gift with ribbon, or you're at Christmas and there's ribbon, I just hoard it.
I do that, and it makes me feel really close to my mum, because she would smooth down the paper and fold it nicely and keep the ribbon as well.
So this is all made.
No, but show the stitching, because I think that's really quite lovely.
Now, because there's a bit of gold in the fabric, I used gold thread, which I had also from a quilt that I never made.
And can you see she's done just
a running stitch?
A running stitch, and you can see it.
Yeah.
Which looks very cute.
And at the end I used a blanket stitch to tie. So it's not very neat because I actually found this quite hard. Stitching the round bit onto the thing.
How did you find the inner end that goes along? How did you find attaching that?
I didn't have a problem like you. I just did about half a dozen points, which just a single or two stitches. I've noticed since I've been rolling it up, they're not exactly in a straight line. But it's working for me. And all my cross stitches fit in there, and it travelled well down to the two
The catlins.
the catlins, even though when I was there I only did about 2 hours of cross stitch.
That's okay.
But I took my whole stash down.
You do a lot of cross stitch at home, so you need a break. Like, you need a break of all sorts of things.
All sorts of things.
That looks great.
Looks great. And
well
so, you know, I've
done.
turned it in, so it's all neat edges, and I won't show that, but
Only the good bits.
you know, I darted I don't know whether you call that darting, or just got down to
Mitered.
Mitered, thank you. Mitered the corners, so it's lovely.
God, I didn't bother with stuff like that.
I didn't line
Well
it
done.
like you. I was like, meh.
No, it looks really fabulous.
It's great. And as you were saying, I think I've seen one other person tag you in since you showed your roll.
Paula
Paula.
made
She did
roll
a
as
beautiful
well.
roll.
I know. It's not hard. It's
No.
totally achievable.
I did this in an evening, and it was an evening when I got a call from Catherine saying, "Oh, I've got to go out to Waititi. Do you want to come?"
Like, oh yeah, it was to Waititi.
Waititi,
Yeah.
So it probably all up took 2.5 to 3 hours,
Great.
and a lot of that was going through my stash finding fabric.
Yeah. Once you get started,
It was fine.
It's not,
Yeah.
And running stitch is so quick.
It was
Even
super
with gold
quick.
thread.
Honestly, the longest bits were just doing the ends here because I almost needed another hand
Yeah.
because I was trying to pull it tight, but I'm
Yeah.
super pleased with it.
Great.
I haven't burnt. Do you burn or put nail polish on the ends of your ribbon so it doesn't fray?
Oh, I just cut them diagonally.
Well, I did that too, but
No, you don't have to do anything.
All right.
You could also tie a knot at the end.
yeah.
But
That's a good
nothing
idea.
happens.
I think I'm going to do a smaller one made from a Glad wrap roll
Yeah, good idea.
for the smaller projects, which I tend to, like my Halloween Barbara Anna one. I had that in my bag yesterday, which is why it looks a bit folded, because I was going out for tea with friends and I was going to be in town late. So I thought
Great.
a small one that I can chuck in my bag would be quite good.
Very good.
So that's great. That's my cross stitch adjacent.
Oh, well done. I'm taking some of the glory.
You take all the glory for that because I just followed your instructions.
Well, which were from
But I
this
recommend
other
it.
place.
It's keeping everything really nice and flat. Try not to, if you are using a roll, make sure you haven't got a weird crease in it because I did on one of mine.
So,
Oh, excuse me.
you're a really good example of Victoria's not really a hand stitcher. You're not really a hand stitcher, are you? And this was no trouble to you.
No trouble at all. No trouble.
So I'm not exaggerating. This is totally achievable.
Yeah. So I'm just opening ginger beer because I got a cough.
I thought you'd got a cough because you'd had ginger beer. That's fine.
No, I haven't opened it yet.
Okay, so
Ooh.
I just want to show you the colours that I'm incorporating now. So I finished this square of my hat, which is my Scottish shawl. And of course, this is my...
Oh, you weren't going to use this was going to be your FFN.
It was going to be FFN. And Victoria's like, don't do any more so it can be an FFN. Finished for now.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, I had to knit. And so the idea is that this was super
Restrained.
sedate. But on the outside, I'm going to have these pops of colour.
How many
So-
bands do you think you'll do?
I don't know, I was thinking, I've got 4, but not even numbers are not great, so maybe I'll do 5. So this is actually organic wool from Central Otago. Trellisk, I think it's called, that brand. So back in the day, I thought I was going to be a natural dyeing company, and I started a company. It was called Blue House Yarns, and a friend and I did natural dyeing. We set up a company. We did all sorts. As soon as we finished all our product, ready to sell we realized that we hated selling. So we kind of folded soon after. But the company is called Trellisk, and they're an amazing, really good organic sheep farm in New Zealand. But anyway, so I still had some leftover yarn, so I dyed this. We weren't going to do this for the company because this is not a color that lasts. So this is with turmeric. I'm not bothered if it doesn't. If it goes pale, that's fine. And this is an alpaca yarn from New Zealand. So I've got a green,
So
and then I've
like
got
turquoise,
a turquoise. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So I'll see. I wanted really bright colours to kind of counterbalance this very somber grey.
It's beautiful.
The grey is beautiful. It's not flat. It's got all sorts
It's
of
quite speckled
tones. Yeah. But anyway, I'm really enjoying this. I can really relax. There's like quadrillion stitches there.
Lovely.
Or I might have my colours here that I'm thinking of incorporating. So it's just kind of fun. So I've got a cardigan in this, which is Peace Fleece from America.
That's gorgeous.
And I made a
Colour's
couple
not
of
coming through,
different
it's quite nice.
things. Yeah, I made a couple of, that's better. I made a couple of different things with this, and neither was successful, so it's disappointing. And I think one of the things that I'm doing is when I knit something, in the past, if it hasn't worked out, in the past I might have ripped it, but now I think I'll donate it. Someone will appreciate a knitted garment
Nice.
rather than undo the
Yeah.
good work. So I don't have anything in this, but I do love it. I'd made a Kate Davies cardigan initially, but the scoop was so low, it was kind of not practical. It just didn't quite work out. I know that she has since published the pattern higher, which would work better, but anyway, just a bit of fun. You know, you try things, sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't. So I think that's it.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. So I think this is because I've been stressed. I've been just knitting because it's kind of
Oh, and you've been full on with your soul stuff too, so that's something you watch and
the soul craft.
that's every day.
Yeah, because I watch a lot of podcasts and Flosstube and audiobooks and all that, but I don't really concentrate. But because I'm paying for this event and it's supposed to engage my soul, like it's an intentional festival, I'm focusing and paying attention and thinking things through.
Excellent.
I am knackered.
You're looking forward to the end of the month.
Well, actually, they give us access for 6 months, so I was like, pace yourself, Kath, and you can take 6 months. It's fine. It's fine. So yeah, that was it really. I'm a bit disappointed because I do want to make I think the kiss of death. I said I want to finish something. Nothing.
That's all right. So what are your plans for the next 2 weeks?
Well, Christina's having 4 wisdom teeth taken out.
Oh, so you're going to be mum duty.
Yes, but I might have to take time off on Thursday, but she's going to be out of it, so I will probably do some crafting on Thursday, and then a friend's visiting me on Friday, so we'll probably craft as well. So that's 2 full days
Excellent.
where I'll be able to focus on crafting, but then it just depends. I have offered Christina that I will give her, I'll make her and give her a pair of dungarees with that curtain fabric.
Oh, you're not going to have them for yourself now?
No, because Christina hates going shopping. And because she's going to Stewart Island, I thought, you could use these. So I'm going to make them for her. We'll see how they turn out.
You're a good mum.
I know, this is called being a mum, isn't it?
Oh.
Yeah, so that's quite nice. So I'm going to be busy making that. You always try harder for your children. So, you know, I wouldn't care so much about the finish if it was for me. So that'll be fun. But I am wanting to find time to just sit and stitch.
Nice.
Sit and stitch.
But you want to sit and stitch without friends or without looking after for a child. You just want to be in your own zone. I like stitching.
Yeah, but you know, you work with what you have.
You do. You
So,
do.
Yeah. So what about you?
What about me? I want to finish that Barbara Anna mystery stitch along, so I can show that to you next week or next fortnight. I want to make a pincushion from my Rosewood Manor, whatever one it was, and I just want to progress things. In general, I'm not entirely certain how busy I'm going to be. Work's getting a bit busy at the moment, so but.
Oh, because people try and wrap things up before everything shuts down in January.
Oh, yeah, well, and also the cut-off point at the Dunedin City Council is the 5th, if you're interested, is the 15th of November. So you've got to get your building consents in by then if you want to have the consent granted before Christmas. So we've got a couple of people that are after that so that they've got the granted building consent first thing in the new year. So we have I've got a couple of deadlines to meet, so.
Yeah. Which is a psychological thing because nobody's building over Christmas.
No.
People take this is like a traditional city where it kind of shuts down in January.
Yeah, things don't kick off again until February.
It's like parts of Britain where the factories would shut down.
Unless you're medical or university, because a lot of building work happens over that period.
That's true. Yeah. But it isn't a factory town in that sense, but somehow it does shut down.
It does.
People go on these long holidays, and then there's the school holidays, and it is interesting.
Joy.
Yeah.
So we hope you're all well, and we hope you are all, if you're in New Zealand, looking forward to the long weekend.
Yes. Hurrah!
Hurrah. And that's probably us, I think, is it? Gosh, we finish and start these videos so well.
Yes. I was just thinking that Martin went to see the James Bond film, and that sounds
what
like
did
the
he
sort
say?
of thing.
I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, I don't know. My friend Philip came over, and I'm like, Philip's my friend. Why are you talking about James Bond now? So, I mean, Martin liked it.
Oh, Adele's album comes out tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, I really like the single. I don't like the waffly chatter at the beginning, though. I find that a little bit annoying. And it's 1 minute, 27 seconds long.
The
chat.
Yes. Yeah.
Anyway, after that, it was beautiful. Someone in my office said, oh, it just sounds like another Adele CD. And I was like,
well, that's great. That's the point.
That's what we like.
We've missed you, Adele.
Yes. No, I love Adele. And I was, because I'm very analog, I was like, oh, I'll buy the CD.
Oh, you can get the CD. I've pre-ordered the album just on my phone.
Oh, see, it's not the same.
You go into the warehouse.
I probably won't buy it at all because I'm like that, because the girls have Spotify and they'll probably listen from that.
Yeah, we'll see, because remember, you're going into a little house, so you can't have, well, you can, but you've got to have space for everything you buy.
Yeah. And I'm not really a music person. I'm kind of incidental music rather than a dedicated music. So even if I bought the CD, we really play Martin's music in the car if we're alone, or the girls if they're in the car. Like, nobody votes for Concert FM, unfortunately.
That's what I have in my car.
I know.
You and I have to go road tripping.
You don't have smelly children that are like, no, your music's crap.
But then I think every time you get into my car, it's usually the time when they're doing the opera stuff, which I really like, but you're not such a fan.
I'm not such a fan of opera. I used to be. I used to love opera, but now I just find it a little bit intense. I'm a little bit intense myself, so I don't need more intensity. I like instrumental. A bit of Mozart and Beethoven and Arvo Pärt. Oh, I love that.
Nice.
Yes. Anyway, waffle.
I think we've done an hour over again.
Yes.
Sorry, people. It's a big commitment watching us.
Yes. I think I'm not going to do Spanish this fortnight because I have so little to show. And unless I start, dancing, it's not going to be very interesting. So I'm going to skip Spanish this fortnight, but just this one off.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Everyone's a bit exhausted. Anyway, have a great fortnight. Ka kite.
Ka kite.
We'll see you in a fortnight again, maybe.